Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about Ben Affleck's newest movie, Air. And I am here to give you my review. Spoiler alert, I loved this movie a whole lot, and it looks like critics and audiences did too. Air is currently sitting at a 92% critic score and 98% audience score. Rated R, 2023 movie, obviously coming in at a hour and 52. Perfect timing, perfect pacing. Let's get into the review. From award-winning director Ben Affleck, Air reveals the unbelievable game-changing partnership between a then rookie Michael Jordan and Nike's fledgling basketball division, which revolutionized the world of sports and contemporary culture with the Air Jordan brand. This moving story follows the career-defining gamble of an unconventional team with everything on the line, the uncompromising vision of a mother who knows the worth of her son's immense talent, and the basketball phenom who would become the greatest of all time. Similar to this year's movie Tetris, which actually came out only a few weeks ago, Air is an underdog story about how the massive Nike corporation landed their biggest talent and all the ups and downs that came with the process. Director Ben Affleck puts on this perfectly paced, slow burn dramedy that focuses on Nike's employees and tells the story through them rather than focusing on the actual star of this movie, Michael Jordan. And this was a decision that I absolutely loved. We never see Michael Jordan's face despite the fact that the entire movie is about him. But what that decision does is it helps us focus on the main characters of the story, which isn't Michael Jordan. It's the parents, it's the employees of Nike and their unique personalities and the way that they all feed off of each other. And that's really why I found this movie so interesting. It's everything that these characters have to bring to the table. Matt Damon is our lead. He's this hardened, never give up underdog of the corporation. Ben Affleck is the co-founder of this hopeless corporation that's trying to keep everything from falling apart underneath him. Jason Bateman, while at times is more of a comic relief character, also has a ton of emotional depth, which makes you root for Nike even more in this story. Chris Tucker was also amazing in this, and he wasn't really on the screen as much, but he was completely hilarious. And Viola Davis plays Michael Jordan's mom, and again, it's Viola Davis. You know she's gonna come through and she's gonna deliver. She does amazing as well. And I say this because all 3 or 4 of our main characters, every time they're on screen and all of their personalities are clashing with each other, they're all feeding off of each other's jokes, or in serious moments just feeding off of each other's dialogue. It all just works so well. It leaves you wanting more scenes of them together. And while they all have something incredible to offer, Matt Damon is our lead, and he brings some amazing storytelling elements into this movie. We open the movie seeing Sonny Vaccaro, Matt Damon's character, betting at a casino on a Lakers game, and we learn even more about this hobby when Phil Knight brings it up when they're in a meeting. Having his gambling hobby set up the movie and then bringing it back whenever we see Michael Jordan and taking the biggest gamble of his life, putting the entire budget on the line for this one rookie and just bringing it all full circle, staying true to his character and just setting that up from the jump. That was something that I was very impressed with. We also see him take another huge gamble when he meets face to face with Michael Jordan's mom, even though he knows he is putting his career on the line by doing this, even though he knows that Michael Jordan isn't considering Nike at all. He sets up a face-to-face. He tells her, hey, ask Adidas, ask Converse, ask them these questions, and you'll see everything you need to know. Ultimately, she asked the questions, and now she's considering Nike's offer. It's moments like this that had me completely enthralled in this movie. Staying true to your characters, giving them arcs, giving them emotional depth. Jason Bateman's character, while he is just like the comic relief like I explained earlier, he has something to fight for as well. And if everything comes crashing down because Sonny Vaccaro made this gamble, everything comes crashing down for him as well. Same with Ben Affleck's character. All of these characters are equally as affected by what Matt Damon wants to do by getting Michael Jordan. And they don't leave that out one bit. It's not just a brush over it type of moment. They hammer it home, and it makes the stakes even higher. It makes the tension even higher. Obviously, we know Nike's gonna get Jordan. We know Nike is this huge corporation that they are today. But being so wrapped up in this movie because of what's transpiring, it's just a feeling and a moment that I just could not let go of after I left the theater. I also gotta say, I loved the decision to make every song in this movie an 80s song. Now, that seems like an obvious choice, right? Like, you're making a movie in the 80s, you're gonna have a whole bunch of 80s music. Well, when you're sitting in the theater watching Elvis and you hear a Doja Cat song come out of nowhere, it's more than enough to take you out of the experience. So I'm glad that Ben Affleck understood that, and that wasn't the case here. No role, no matter how small, is wasted in this movie. Filled with comedy, tense sequences, and an underdog story at heart, Air is able to deliver greatly and cement itself as one of my personal favorites. And even if you don't care about how Nike became to be this beast of a company it is today, you'll still appreciate the way this movie's put together, and you'll still have a very good time. However, if you do care about this story, if you're excited to see it being told on the big screen, you're in for an absolute treat. I also gotta say, another piece of just like movie making, I love how they incorporate Nike's rules to move on to the next chapter of the story. I thought that was cool as well. Couldn't find a way to fit it into the overall review, so I thought I'd just mention that. So with all that being said, that is my review on Air. My number grade is an 89 out of 100. I absolutely love this movie. It falls as my third favorite movie of the year. I have my Letterboxd list right here, and I just gotta say, I think I found a new favorite type of movie. Biopics about an underdog, biopics about a business or taking this huge business risk. We have movies like Wolf of Wall Street, Tetris from earlier this year, which is my fourth favorite movie of the year, The Big Short, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and now Air. So any biopics that are coming up about businesses or taking these huge risks and being an underdog, you best believe I will be seated in the theater. So without further ado, that's my review. Thank you for watching. What did you think about Air? Let me know in the comments down below, and keep an eye out for future movie reviews. I got to see Renfield on Tuesday, a whole 3 days early, so that one will be coming out soon. Thank you for watching. Peace.